had the opportunity to read a few chapters of Champs of Devgarh, and like it so wonderfully says at the back of the book that it reminds Ruskin Bond of Swami and Friends. I couldn't agree more. The most wonderful thing about this book is its simplicity in the narrative. It's a very free-flowing, easy read, and that's typically the way I like to write myself as a writer. And Aditya, I know this is the start, and hopefully you want to do bigger and better things, but I will leave you with the words. One of my favorite writers is Stephen King, and his saying is, good writers are writers who write. So just keep writing.
Thank you very much, Nagesh. I'm first going to offer it to the table just in case you might have a few questions about his journey as a writer, and you could have that as a conversation right now. And thereafter, I'm going to throw it open to the house. For those of you who definitely have come loaded with your questions, kindly raise your hand.
When I thought of inviting,
you see, books are a very personal experience. When someone reads a book, he or she interprets it the way they want to. And it's a very personal shared space with between the author and the reader. The difference is the human brain thinks in images. So what happens when you read a book is you take the words and then you conjure up an image in your head, and that's how you store the information. Films bypass that one step. They actually show you the image. So fortunately or unfortunately, I think films are a much stronger medium because they sear that image into your consciousness. They don't give you different interpretations, it's just one. I'm not saying it's better, I'm saying it's a more powerful medium to tell a story. But the beauty of a book is when a reader actually gets it. You realize that he or she has put himself in the story in every aspect, and that I think is an extremely pleasurable process. Having said that, both movies and books, it still begins with the written word, and the written word is undoubtedly the most powerful thing that man has ever been able to create. It's the start of everything, it's the start of the universe. Quickly, and I knew my window was very small, so when I finally picked up the courage, and it took about 3 years to actually reach the point of being able to chuck up my job, I took my savings and landed in Hyderabad before I could change my mind myself, because there's always so much self-doubt. But fate's been kind. I took the first step, and I've been lucky.
it's not easy.
Really doesn't have those epiphanic moments. It's not that suddenly, the camera dollies in for a close-up and the music builds for a crescendo and you say, all right, I'm going to chuck everything away and go. It doesn't happen like that. I had about 20 of these moments when I said, I'm going to chuck everything away and do stuff. And eventually, when I built up the courage to take that step, it became apparent to me the only thing that was driving me was the fact that I had to find out if I had a filmmaker in me. That was the driving force. I think over my career I've been pretty good at handling failure, because for me failure has never been the finishing point. It's been just an ongoing step in the whole journey where you learn from your mistakes or not. But failure has never bothered me as much. So even when I took the first step with Hyderabad Blues, I just wanted to know if I had a filmmaker in me. And I was just terrified that one day I would turn 40. Now I'm well past 40, but one day I would turn 40 and I'd have a house in the suburb with a wife wife and 2 kids and a dog, and I knew that I didn't have the courage to pursue my dream of becoming a filmmaker. So that was the nightmare that drove me to take that step. And then I made a foolish promise to myself saying that I'd make my first film before I turned 30. And I beat that by 22 days exactly. I finished shooting Hyderabad Blues on March 8th, and March 30th is, my birthday, so I just mentioned.
As we go, excuse me, those of you who are standing